Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering a hot topic at the moment in the Amazon world, and that is going to be bundling, or unique bundling as some people call it. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you my thoughts, my opinions, the pros and the cons to actually setting up your own unique listings, your own unique bundles, and why, in my opinion, I think that it's not sustainable. You should not be doing it. You should not, definitely, if you want to take Amazon seriously and build a proper business around it, you definitely should not be doing this to scale your business. Okay, so first of all, I think what I'll cover is, for those of you guys who don't know, what actually is a unique bundle. Okay, so in effect, what a unique bundle is you get a branded product, which may be, I've seen, let me give you an example. So on Amazon at the moment, I've seen loads of them with the Pink Stuff cleaning spray. Okay, Pink Stuff is a big brand. You'll see it in B&M, the range, all the big kind of superstores. And people will take this, the spray, the Pink Stuff spray, and they will, what's called bundle it up with a generic branded, a generic unbranded product. Sorry. So they will get the Pink Stuff spray and they'll pair it up with like a sponge or a cloth. Okay. Now you'll see, if you just for an example, if you want to just go type that in on Amazon now, the Pink Stuff cleaning bundle or whatever, I'm sure there'll be tons of them out there and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. Okay, so that's just an example of what a bundle is. Okay, now there's a couple of different ways that you can do bundles, and there's basically a shortcut way or the proper way. Okay, now the shortcut way realistically is if you just set the listing up, you put the brand name as generic, and you set the listing up, and you've got your cleaning spray and your sponge, and you've eliminated your competition. However, you have no sales ranking, no sales volume, no reviews, no traction, nothing. Okay, so you've got to put PPC spent behind it, do all the SEO, create the listing, get the photos, etc. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Or you can actually register a trademark on the government website. So say, for example, I register a trademark saying Jack's Cleaning Products. Okay, I could say Jack's Cleaning Products, and then I could set my listing up on Amazon, and it would come up with the Pink Stuff spray and a sponge, for example. Okay, and that basically, you own the intellectual property for that listing. Nobody else can jump on it. If other people do start selling on it, you have the power to basically remove them off the listing and can take control of it. Okay, now the main benefit that people suggest with unique bundling is that you're eliminating all your competition and you can sell at a much higher price. It's much more consistent. In effect, what people say is you're creating more perceived value because you're putting two products that are like for like together and go hand in hand together. But in my opinion, the flaw with this is you've got a spray that retails at $4.99, a sponge that costs you 30 pence from China. You put them together and you try to sell it for $9.99. To me, that's not adding value. Okay, yeah, it may be adding perceived value, but it's just an overpriced bottle and a sponge. Okay, so this does work, and don't get me wrong, it does work and you can do it. However, the main con that there's a couple of cons that I really see with this method, and really these cons significantly outweigh the pros and the benefits to doing it, because ultimately, in my opinion, it's not long-term and it's not sustainable. And the main reason for that is that it actually goes against Amazon's terms of service, and Amazon don't want you to bundle, and they don't want you to put branded products under your own trademark. In America, they've just released a new rule that, or a new regulation that, you're not actually, it goes against terms of service to register any bundles in, I think there's like 7 or 8 categories, and they will be taking listings down. Okay, so the UK is only going to follow suit, and if you start creating bundles now and you start doing really well with them and you start scaling your business, maybe you start getting 10, 20, 30, 40 bundles that are doing really, really well. You start building a business, you start needing commercial premises, staff, all that kind of thing. Great. But then when Amazon inevitably bring in the rule where they're going to ban all bundles and take all the listings down, you've built your business for nothing. Okay. So that's the main reason why, in my opinion, I just don't think it's scalable. And yeah, okay, I see a lot of people doing it, and don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of fast cash by doing it. Okay, you can make really good margins, you can start these listings and potentially do really well if you know what you're doing. Okay, however, I just think it's a ticking time bomb personally, and I think if you're going to start a business and you really actually say to yourself, right, I want to start an Amazon business, I want to do it properly, I want to make this my full-time income, I want it to do X, Y, Z. I want to create a proper business with premises, team, staff, all that kind of thing, right? Why would you build your business on something that you know is very, very likely to get banned and shut your business down. Okay, so in my opinion, yes, you can make some quick cash from it, and yes, I know a few people personally who do really well with bundles and do make a lot of money, but, and that is a big but, it's just not sustainable in my opinion, okay? And that is evident by the new rules that America have put in. So that's the main reason why I don't like bundles, but also is it's very hard to actually build brand relationships with the brands of the products you're selling, because ultimately you're doing them a disservice by setting them up under your own trademark, your own listing, so that they can't control it, okay? So a lot of brands don't like this, okay? And when they find out, the bigger, huge brands, it's unlikely to, they're not going to reach out to you personally and shut your bundles down, right? But the smaller, more niche brands, they find out that you are bundling, it could cause problems with your relationship, okay? And it's just, again, a ticking time bomb. The best way to do it, in my opinion, if you want to go down the unique bundles route, and you say, for example, you've got a brand that you're working with and you see two products that work really well, okay? And you think, a bundle will be great together, okay? Reach out to the brand and say, look, these two products sell really well. Can we create some sort of unique bundle? And can you give me my own unique barcode and give me my own unique, exclusivity to this product? Yeah. And that's the best way to do it, because then, you're doing it through the brand directly. You're actually adding value to the brand, and you're doing it legitimately the way Amazon wants you to, because you're listing the product under their brand, but nobody else has access to sell that product, because it's only you who has access to the UPC or the barcode, the EAN barcode that, they've just created for you. So in my opinion, that's the best way to do it if you want to do a unique bundle. Personally, again, I think it's there are so many better options and more sustainable, scalable, long-term options that I just don't think you need to do it. And just to give you an example, I was speaking to a brand the other day, right? So we bought some stock around about, I think 5 or 6 months ago now. We bought a small test order of stock, and basically it was under a generic listing, right? And it turns out that we couldn't add the product to the inventory because it was a generic listing, okay? So, I'm not suggesting this is the way to do things, but we've been so busy and we've just had this box sitting in our warehouse now for about 5 or 6 months, okay? So I reached out to the brand a couple of days ago and I say, look, this is what's happened. This is the scenario. The listing on Amazon is being set up incorrectly. It's not allowing people to sell on it. This is a really great product. We really want to sell it, but we can't get on the listing. And they said, the first thing she said was, I know we've been having lots of problems with our Amazon recently. There's been one seller in particular who's listing products under their own barcodes, their own trademarks, and we're basically in the process of resolving it, right? So we're now in talks with the e-commerce team to basically help them set up their listings correctly and effectively, basically. So brands don't like it. That's the be all and end all of it, okay? If you get authorization from the brand and they know what you're doing and everything like that, great, cool, okay? But generally, brands don't like it. They want it listed under their own barcodes, their own UPCs, their own brand name. And you can do this if you just build brand relationships. It all comes down to brand relationships, and building a long-term sustainable business, you need brand relationships, right? If you start building your business now, as I've just said, you are building a ticking time bomb if you're building your business on bundles, okay? So that's really my opinion on bundles and why. Personally, I don't think they're sustainable. I don't like them. I'm not going to be, going hard on them and doing it within our business, right? Any further ideas you've got for videos, please drop them in the comments, and I shall look forward to speaking to you on the next video.